The story of Acura is a tale of ambition and market disruption. In the early 1980s, Japanese manufacturers, led by Honda, dominated the economy car segment in North America. But they saw a ceiling to their growth. Customers didn't associate Japanese brands with luxury. Honda's visionary response was radical. Instead of pushing their existing nameplate upmarket, they would create an entirely new luxury division, complete with its own dedicated dealer network to challenge Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi. The name chosen was Acura, derived from the Latin term accu, meaning precision or accuracy. The brand was officially launched on March 27, 1986. Marking the first dedicated Japanese luxury automotive division in history. The entire operation was built from scratch. Honda invested heavily in training a specialized sales force and establishing over 60 dedicated dealer franchises across North America before the first car even rolled onto the lots. The division launched with two pioneering models, both aimed at establishing immediate credibility in different segments. The first was the Acura Legend, a flagship sedan designed to compete directly with mid-size luxury rivals. The Legend was engineered in partnership with Britain's Rover Group. It was an executive machine, featuring a powerful, smooth 2.5-liter V6 engine, Honda's first production V6, and front-wheel drive, offering a blend of comfort and reliable performance. Unlike European rivals, the Legend offered an unprecedented level of standard equipment and reliability for its price. It was immediately lauded by critics for its refined handling and meticulous build quality. Alongside the Legend, Acura launched its sporting counterpart, the Acura Integra. This compact, sporty hatchback was derived from the Honda Quint Integra, but was positioned as a premium, driver-focused machine. The Integra was a technical marvel for its class. It pioneered the use of DOHC 16-valve engines across its entire lineup, offering high-revving performance and proving that precision engineering could be affordable. This car established the core Acura philosophy, not just luxury, but performance rooted in advanced engineering. The Integra became an instant hit among younger enthusiasts who valued sharp handling and reliable power. The market reception was staggering. In its first full year, 1987, Acura sold nearly 53,000 vehicles, rapidly proving that the Japanese luxury experiment was a massive success. The brand instantly gained market credibility. The success forced competitors to rethink their strategies. Nissan and Toyota quickly followed suit, scrambling to launch their own luxury divisions, Infiniti and Lexus, a few years later. Acura was the true market pioneer. In 1988, Acura expanded the Legend lineup, introducing a sleek two-door coupe. This model was visually stunning and mechanically refined, reinforcing the Legend's status as a genuine luxury rival. The first 5 years were a period of flawless execution. Acura established a reputation for building cars that were quiet, comfortable, powerful, and, most importantly, backed by Honda's legendary reliability, a factor competitors could not easily match. Acura's early success wasn't accidental. It was based on Honda's philosophy of constant refinement. This led to a key internal development that would soon redefine the brand's performance image and automotive engineering worldwide. As the decade closed, Acura was preparing its next major move. They needed a flagship that was more than just a luxury sedan. They needed a technological statement, a vehicle that could rewrite the rules of the supercar segment. The Acura division had proven the model, that high-quality, reliable, and meticulously engineered Japanese luxury could successfully compete with decades of European prestige. They had paved the way for the next generation of Japanese performance. The stage was set for the launch of a vehicle that was not just a competitor, but a benchmark. A car so technically advanced and groundbreaking that it would shake the foundations of the established exotic car market. The foundation of luxury and precision was built. The next decade would see Acura unveil its masterpiece, demonstrating that true technological prowess and supercar brilliance could come from Japan. The revolution had begun. The year 1990 marked the ultimate expression of Honda's engineering prowess under the Acura banner, the launch of the NSX, the new sports car experimental. This was not merely a fast car, it was a revolution, designed to be a daily drivable, reliable, exotic machine. Developed with input from legendary Formula One champion Ayrton Senna, the NSX redefined the supercar segment. It was the first mass-produced car to feature an all-aluminum monocoque chassis and body, making it incredibly lightweight and rigid. Its mid-mounted, all-aluminum 3.0-liter V6 engine was a technological masterpiece. Crucially, the NSX debuted VTEC, variable valve timing and lift electronic control, allowing the engine to produce high revving power while remaining manageable at low speeds. The NSX proved that reliability, daily usability, and exotic performance were not mutually exclusive. It forced established European brands like Ferrari and Porsche to dramatically increase the quality and user-friendliness of their own models. The success of the NSX elevated the entire Acura brand, lending performance credibility to its mainstream models, particularly the sedans. Acura proved they were engineering leaders, not just smart marketers. Meanwhile, the Legend continued to evolve. The second-generation Legend, launched in 1991, grew larger and more refined, featuring a more powerful 3.2-liter V6 and a sophisticated double wishbone suspension system. The second-gen Legend Coupe was especially praised for its beauty and handling, often considered one of the best-looking and most driver-focused luxury coupes of the early 1990s. It solidified Acura's position in the premium segment. The Integra, too, underwent a refresh in 1994, the third generation. While its styling, especially the controversial bug-eye headlights, divided critics, its performance remained superb, particularly with the introduction of new DOHC VTEC engines. The mid-1990s were marked by Acura's strong push into American motorsport, particularly in the IMSA series. The brand used racing to further validate its commitment to performance engineering and VTEC technology. By 1996, the Legend reached its performance peak with the introduction of the CL Coupe. Built exclusively for the North American market, the CL was intended to be a more youthful, American-styled alternative to the stately Legend Coupe. In 1997, Acura officially adopted the Type R designation, importing the legendary Integra Type R to North America. This car was a pure expression of performance, stripped down, stiffened, and powered by an aggressively tuned VTEC engine. The Integra Type R's engine,
the B18C, set a world record for the highest horsepower per liter of any naturally aspirated production engine at the time, demonstrating Acura's mastery of naturally aspirated performance. The success of the Type R cemented Acura's reputation not just in the luxury segment, but within the enthusiast community. It proved that a luxury brand could still produce truly raw and exhilarating performance machines. As the decade drew to a close, Acura was riding high on the success of the NSX, the robust Legend, and the cult classic Integra. The brand had established itself as a technological innovator and a reliable provider of luxury sports vehicles. Internally, however, a critical strategic debate was brewing. The Legend nameplate was about to be retired, and the Integra was aging. Acura needed to determine how to unify its brand image for the new millennium. The sales success in the 1990s led to one unfortunate decision: the move away from evocative names like Legend and Integra towards a confusing series of two-letter and three-letter designations, TL, CL, and RL. This change, intended to mimic European luxury rivals, would later be recognized as a mistake that stripped the cars of their hard-won identity and historical connection with enthusiasts. Furthermore, the emergence of the SUV and crossover market presented a challenge that Acura, focused heavily on sedans and coupes, was slow to initially address. This required an entirely new type of vehicle for the new millennium. Despite the looming identity crisis, the 1990s solidified Acura's global reputation. The next era would see the brand tackle the challenge of a new market segment while desperately trying to retain the performance focus established by the legendary NSX and Integra Type R.
The turn of the millennium brought a challenging new reality for Acura. The brand was struggling with a self-inflicted identity crisis due to the retirement of beloved names like Legend and Integra, replaced by the confusing alphanumeric designations TL, CL, and RL. This decision, intended to position Acura alongside European rivals, instead left customers and enthusiasts unsure of the hierarchy and unique characteristics of each model. Acura momentarily lost the emotional connection established in the 1990s. Despite the naming confusion, the cars themselves remained technically advanced. The TL, third generation, became Acura's best seller, a powerful front-wheel drive luxury sedan with a focus on technology and interior space. A brief but shining moment of the era was the Integra Type R's swan song. Though the model was retired in 2001, it remains a collector's item, celebrated as the purest expression of Acura's naturally aspirated, high-revving performance philosophy. The greatest strategic success of this period, however, lay in an entirely new market segment: the burgeoning luxury SUV/crossover market. Acura realized they needed a large vehicle to compete with the Lexus RX and Mercedes M-Class. The response was the Acura MDX, multi-dimensional luxury, launched in 2001. Built on a revolutionary unibody chassis, unlike many truck-based rivals, it offered a superior, car-like driving experience. The MDX was an instant and overwhelming success. It was one of the first luxury crossovers to offer a third row of seating, along with standard V6 power and Honda's legendary reliability. It became the brand's new profit engine. The MDX's success not only saved Acura financially, but defined its future. The brand was now firmly established in the luxury utility segment, shifting its focus from low-slung coupes to practical,
premium family haulers. While the MDX was a commercial hit, the NSX entered its midlife phase. Minor updates were made, but the car was starting to show its age against newer, more powerful European supercars. In the entry-level segment, Acura replaced the Integra with the RSX in 2002. The RSX was a handsome, refined coupe, but lacked the sheer aggression and raw performance feel of the beloved Integra Type R. The RSX was powered by the K-Series engine, offering excellent high-revving VTEC performance, but the decision to make it a more polished and less stripped-down car alienated some of the hardcore Integra enthusiast base. This period represented Acura's struggle to balance its luxury mandate with its performance heritage. Models like the CL Coupe, second generation, and RL Sedan, second generation, were competent, but lacked the emotional spark of the 1990s lineup. The brand also briefly ventured into hybrid technology with the Civic Hybrid, sold as an Acura in Japan, though this technology was initially absent from the North American Acura lineup. The original NSX production finally ceased in 2005. Its retirement marked the end of an era, the final farewell to the car that defined Acura's performance zenith and left a huge void in the brand's emotional portfolio. However, the seeds of a performance revival were already being sown. Honda's engineers recognized that future performance would rely not just on raw engine power, but on intelligent management and distribution of that power. The success of the MDX provided the financial stability needed for Acura to reinvest in its technological core. The brand was ready to move into an era defined by sophisticated all-wheel drive systems and a renewed focus on design. The lessons learned from the MDX and the need to differentiate from the parent company, Honda, would define the next generation of cars. Acura needed to deliver a unique driving experience that justified its luxury price tag. The late transition period solidified the idea that Acura was a technology-driven brand. It closed the door on the simple, high-revving rear-wheel drive supercars of the past and opened the door to a new generation of electronically managed all-wheel drive machines. By 2004, Acura had found its financial footing with the MDX. It was now prepared to unveil a series of models that would define its modern identity, showcasing a new dedication to bold styling and the debut of one of its most important innovations, super-handling all-wheel drive.
Having found financial stability with the MDX, Acura entered the mid-2000s ready to fulfill its luxury sports mandate. The cornerstone of this new era was the third-generation Acura TL, launched in 2004, which brought back a much-needed sense of style and aggression. The third-gen TL was a design success, moving away from the generic conservatism of the previous decade. It featured a sleek, cockpit-like interior and a powerful new 3.2-liter V6 engine, instantly winning back performance enthusiasts. The performance variant, the TL Type S, pushed the boundaries further, offering more horsepower, a stiffer suspension, and crucially, an optional 6-speed manual transmission, a nod to the brand's Integra Type R heritage. The biggest technological leap, however, came in 2005 with the debut of the Super Handling All-Wheel Drive System, or SH-AWD, on the redesigned flagship sedan, the RL, replacing the Legend. SH-AWD was not a typical all-wheel drive system designed just for grip. It was a performance enhancer. The system could dynamically distribute power not only between the front and rear axles, but also between the two rear wheels, torque vectoring.
This innovation allowed the car to turn in more sharply, actively helping the vehicle rotate through corners. It redefined the handling characteristics of Acura's large front-wheel drive-based platforms, giving them a rear-wheel drive feel. SH-AWD soon spread across the lineup, finding its way into the popular MDX, second generation, in 2007, and the smaller crossover, the RDX, 2007. The RDX, powered by Acura's first mass-market turbocharged engine, utilized SH-AWD to differentiate itself. The RDX marked another important step. It was the first Acura to offer a turbocharged engine, moving away from the brand's long-standing preference for naturally aspirated power. This reflected the industry-wide shift towards forced induction for efficiency. To further capitalize on its renewed sporting image, Acura introduced the A-Spec branding. A-Spec was a series of factory-installed performance appearance packages, offering aggressive body kits, unique wheels, and upgraded suspension components. A-Spec helped bridge the gap between street performance and the raw heritage of the Type R, allowing consumers to buy into the performance aesthetic directly from the dealership. Acura also continued its commitment to motorsport. The brand achieved notable success in the American Le Mans Series with prototypes designed by its American R&D arm, showcasing their hybrid technology and high-performance engineering. In 2009, the fourth-generation Acura TL made its debut. While technically sophisticated, featuring SH-AWD and a powerful new 3.7-liter V6, its exterior design proved highly polarizing, initiating a new crisis for the brand. This massive shield-like grille, which would define Acura's styling for the next several years, drew immediate and widespread criticism from critics and loyal customers alike, who felt it ruined the clean aesthetics the brand was known for. The design misstep, combined with the global recession, led to a temporary downturn in sales and perception. Acura was technologically advanced, but visually challenged. Despite the grille controversy, the mechanical excellence of the fourth-generation TL and MDX was undeniable. The SH-AWD system was refined, becoming a benchmark for performance-oriented all-wheel drive. The financial stability of the crossovers, particularly the MDX, allowed Acura to weather the recession and the design backlash. The brand's focus on utility and reliability continued to anchor its commercial success. This era established the two defining characteristics of Acura: the sophistication of SH-AWD and the challenge of finding a consistent, appealing design language that matched its engineering prowess. A major announcement in 2012 electrified the industry. After years of waiting, Acura confirmed the development of a successor to the legendary NSX. The performance spirit was officially set for a full revival. The stage was set for the next chapter, one defined by an intense focus on the crossover market, the slow but steady evolution of design away from the Shield, and the highly anticipated return of the flagship supercar built for a hybrid world.
As the second decade of the millennium began, Acura was forced to contend with the aftermath of the controversial Power Plenum grille. The core engineering was excellent, but the divisive styling hindered sales. The brand needed a visual reset to match its technological prowess. The financial anchor of the company remained the MDX. The third-generation MDX, launched in 2013, cemented its position as Acura's flagship SUV. It received a complete redesign, focusing on a more aerodynamic shape and lighter construction.
The MDX continued to advance the SH-AWD system, offering exceptional handling for a three-row SUV and maintaining its competitive edge against rivals like the Audi Q7. Its interior quality and efficiency also saw significant boosts. In 2014, Acura introduced its new visual signature, the Jewel-Eye LED headlamps, replacing the polarizing shield grille, though it remained in a refined form. These multifaceted lights gave the cars a distinct, high-tech and premium look. This new lighting system debuted on the revamped MDX and was quickly integrated across the lineup, providing Acura with a much-needed, unified, and positive design element that screamed technical sophistication. In the sedan segment, Acura streamlined its offerings, merging the aging TL and TSX models into a single, new mid-size luxury sedan, the Acura TLX, launched in 2014. The TLX was available with two distinct drivetrains, a frugal 2.4-liter four-cylinder with a fast-shifting 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, DCT, and a powerful V6 with SH-AWD, offering customers a choice between agility and all-weather performance. The TLX introduced PAWS, precision all-wheel steer, on its front-wheel drive versions. This technology allowed the rear wheels to turn slightly, improving stability at high speeds and enhancing low-speed maneuverability. The compact crossover, the RDX, second generation, 2013, also changed course. Abandoning the turbo engine and SH-AWD of the first generation, it shifted to a larger, naturally aspirated V6 and a simpler all-wheel drive system. This move, though criticized by some enthusiasts, was a commercial masterstroke. The RDX became more comfortable, reliable, and fuel-efficient, leading to a massive surge in sales and making it the top seller in its class for several years. But the shadow of the NSX concept, first teased in 2012, loomed large. Acura used its racing arm and the development of the new supercar to develop advanced hybrid and performance technologies for its mainstream cars. In 2016, the second-generation Acura NSX finally arrived. It was a complete technological departure from the original, a mid-engined sports hybrid powered by a twin-turbo V6 and 3 electric motors. The powertrain was revolutionary. The twin-turbo V6 drove the rear wheels, while 2 electric motors independently drove the front wheels, creating an electric-powered SH-AWD system for instant torque vectoring. Built in Ohio, the new NSX showcased Acura's commitment to American manufacturing and represented the brand's belief that future performance must be delivered through intelligent hybrid electrification. Though praised for its precision handling and groundbreaking technology, the NSX struggled to gain market traction against its more emotionally appealing European and American rivals, suffering from high price and low sales volume. The period between 2010 and 2018 established a clear dichotomy. Commercial success lay almost entirely in the RDX and MDX crossovers, while the brand's image and technological core were driven by the ambitious but slow-selling NSX and TLX. The most significant cultural legacy of this era was the permanent shift in design. The polarizing shield grille was gradually replaced by a diamond-patterned diamond pentagon grille, providing a more refined, upscale look. The brand also refocused its marketing efforts on the precision-crafted performance tagline, aiming to link the technology of the NSX directly to the driving dynamics of the TLX and MDX. As the decade drew to a close, Acura was finally emerging from its design slump. With the technical foundation strong and the design language becoming clearer, the stage was set for a major effort to recapture the enthusiast market through the revival of a legendary performance designation.
By 2019, Acura had successfully fixed its design language with the refined diamond pentagon grille and the signature jewel eye headlights. The company was now ready to execute its most critical strategy, a bold return to its performance roots by reviving the coveted Type S designation. The first model to benefit was the redesigned RDX, third generation, 2019. It was a complete return to form, powered by a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine and, crucially, bringing back the high-performance SH-AWD system to the entry-level crossover segment. The RDX proved that Acura was serious about its precision-crafted performance tagline, integrating the NSX's technological ethos, high torque and intelligent handling into its best-selling vehicle. The centerpiece of the revival was the second-generation TLX, launched in 2021. Designed to be lower, wider, and more dramatic, the new TLX was built on an exclusive, dedicated Acura platform, marking a true split from its Honda counterparts. The crowning achievement was the TLX Type S, which brought the high-performance sub-brand back after a decade-long hiatus. It was powered by a new Acura-exclusive 3.0-liter turbocharged V6 engine producing over 350 horsepower. The TLX Type S utilized a retuned, highly aggressive version of SH-AWD and specialized performance tuning. This car signaled Acura's unwavering commitment to offering a true sports sedan that could finally compete with the German performance elites. Acura also leveraged its racing success, using the IMSA and SRO GT3 racing series as a laboratory for performance development. The NSX GT3 program proved the durability and capability of the hybrid supercar's engine architecture. The hybrid NSX, though innovative, was nearing the end of its run. To celebrate its farewell, Acura introduced the ultimate version, the NSX Type S, in 2022, limited to just 300 units worldwide. The NSX Type S featured more power, 600 horsepower, revised suspension tuning, and exclusive styling, ensuring the second-generation supercar exited the market with a spectacular performance flourish. Its retirement left a gap, but one ready to be filled by the next revolution. The Type S philosophy was then applied to the SUV segment with the introduction of the MDX Type S in 2022. This was the first time the three-row SUV received the brand's highest performance designation, featuring the turbo V6 and an advanced air suspension system. The mid-2020s brought the return of another icon, the Integra. Relaunched in 2023, the new Integra was positioned as an entry-level luxury liftback aimed at recapturing the spirit of affordable sport luxury. Crucially, the Integra also received the Type S treatment in 2024. Powered by a high-output turbocharged engine and available exclusively with a 6-speed manual transmission, a direct nod to the enthusiast community who had revered the original. The most significant development now facing Acura, like the rest of the industry, is the shift to full electrification. The company has clearly stated its path to becoming a zero-emission brand by the 2040s.
This electric future was previewed by the Acura Precision EV concept. This concept demonstrated a bold, dramatic design language and revealed plans to utilize General Motors' Ultium battery technology in future Acura models. The first all-electric Acura model, the ZDX, is set to debut in 2024. The choice of the ZDX name is a nod to a forgotten past, but the car itself represents the future, a modern, premium electric crossover. Today, Acura has successfully navigated its identity crises. It stands as a brand defined by super-handling all-wheel drive, the power of its Type S designation, and a clear path towards a technologically advanced, electric-powered future. From the pioneering Legend and Integra of 1986 to the hybrid NSX and the electric ZDX, Acura's history is one of consistent engineering overhauls, challenging market norms, and proving that precision and performance can be crafted together. Acura's evolution shows a dedication to reinvention, always striving to deliver on its foundational promise to create a driving experience that is technologically superior, reliable, and emotionally rewarding for the enthusiast. The history of Acura is the history of the modern Japanese luxury car. It is a 60-minute chronicle of challenging the European old guard and successfully carving out a precise, high-performance path for the future.